Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing series. Today, over here at Winding, want to give something a try, and between episodes, you haven't missed much other than me buying a new rod. So, as I've kind of been teasing for a little bit, I did go ahead and buy a new rod. I did buy the Trophy T600, so it's a 6 meter ultralight reel or rod. It's a 2.6 kilo capacity rod, and I put 2.5 kilo line. There was 2.6 line on there, but I would rather have my line be weaker than my rod, because if my line breaks, that's fine. If my rod breaks, things are going to go bad. So that was my thought on that. We are over here at Winding. Not a lot on the cafe orders today, so just kind of have some fun with rods, see how things go. And then tonight, I think I'm going to go over to Belaya and see if we can have some fun there. So I have not even cast this out. That's the first cast. Put worm on it, meter deep. Hoping for either gudgeon or white bream here. And then I'm also going to throw some bloodworms out on a walrus stick, possibly for some bleaks. So the ultralight rod, what does that give us? It doesn't give us any new style fishing. It's a telescopic rod. There's nothing different there, but it gets us 100% bonus to XP. So every fish is worth twice as much XP. And there are separate leaderboards just for ultralight fishing. So that was kind of my thought on it. There's separate ultralight weekly records, that type of thing. So gave me something different to try. I've never really done a lot of ultralight fishing, so it is one of those we're gonna have to be a little bit careful. If we get a big fish, we may lose some equipment. So probably be fishing a lot of bleak, a lot of rough, gudgeon, white bream, that type of thing. Even going after carp, crucian carp and things like that might be a little bit of a stretch for that rod. But I'm thinking it should be fun. It should get us something to do that's a little bit different and help us catch up on XP, because it just feels like I'm a little bit behind on XP where I would like to be. Probably our next purchase will either be another ultralight rod, so we've got two of them of the exact same, or look over at a match rod in reel going for bigger carp. But we would really need two of those, so that's going to take us a little bit to get there. Nice bleak there, 500 experience points. Did miss a bite over on 2 in the process, but okay with that. So I did go fluorocarbon line. That way I did not have to also buy a leader for it as well. So it's just 100 meters of fluorocarbon line. That should last us quite a while with that rod. The only thing I may do is, or long-term thought, at level 24 we do unlock another bigger ultralight rod, so that might be what we go for when we get there. It is more expensive. There is one step bigger than this that we currently have, but it was 1700, and I just didn't have the patience for that. I wanted something a little bit different. And we either get a bigger telescopic rod that was in that 1700 silver range and go for carp, or we got this, and I wanted to do this because it's something I haven't done a lot of. Another white bream. Not a lot of XP on that one, but it was also not a marker. Wind is starting to pick up here, so that may force our hand to leave early. With it being 8 meters per second. Almost at 8 miles per second again. So with this rod, we'll probably be aiming for rough, bleak, sleepers, dace, frogs, nace to a degree, gudgeon, white bream. Trying to think through. Sleepers would work as well too. Chinese sleepers. We won't be going for grassies or regular bream. Even crucian and gibble would be a stretch. Roaches would be hit or miss. Yeah, the wind is going to make this difficult. My mind may get changed and I may have to go to Bly early. Yeah, 10 meters per second. I'm not going to risk this. This is not going to be fun float fishing. I did actually buy the rod over at Mosquito just because I was there. Didn't see a lot of good stuff on the cafe there either. It just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to stay there. There's been a pretty active rough spot over at Belaya, so I think I'm going to head over there. Let me look at the weather just to see if that makes sense. Weather. Yep, it makes sense to go to Belaya. So we'll go sell the 6 fish we caught here. I don't have to sell them here. I just like to sell the fish where I catch them. You can only sell the fish to the cafe that you at the water body you caught them at. So if I went to Belaya, I wouldn't be able to sell what I caught over at the cafe. So not a whole lot of silver, 3-4 silver there, but that white bream was a nice first fish on the new rod. So, and we're 107 after buying everything. We're up to 111, but we're about to spend 9 silver. So basically we covered our cost to go to Belaya. Yeah, that's kind of my thought for today. Let's see what's at the cafe here. It all tabbed for a second, wasn't letting me do anything. So there's a nace order and a dace order and a white bream order. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna go to where I'm gonna be fishing for rough and just set up for nace and dace in the meantime. So 7167's kind of been the hot spot casting out this way. If we're going after dace and nace, let's put casters on. I like 30 meters or 30 centimeters. 30 meters, good God, Tucker. I like 30 centimeters for nace and dace fishing. So we'll drop that out. Switch this over to casters. Go 25 on it. Missed the bite on one while we were casting that. Still missed the bite. Ooh, got to it in time. roach. It's the only reason we were able to catch it is it didn't let go. Then, let's go ahead and put out the bolo for now. With a 22 hook, and let's try worm. $10-meter clip on it. Actually, this needs to go over here. The reason I do that is rod 1, rod 2, rod 3. Although usually I'll have rod 1 be the weird rod. Yeah, it's too late. Looks like a bleak. Yep. I missed. That was my fault. My attention wasn't on the game, and I looked up and saw it float down. So that was my fault. That miss. Let's try a caster on this. Just saw what time it was and realized I have enough casters to do this. Another bleak, 184 XP for a non-marker fish. Thanks to being an ultralight rod. Missed it again. Today's not been the best from me getting fish, but definitely I'm getting fish that I don't expect to get with these bleak. But that means I may switch over to flies. That was a good bleak. A fly on this rod, see how that does. Flies are bleak's typically favorite food. Getting a nibble on one, getting a bite on two. Hooked the one over on two real quick there, switched over to one. Got that for a 63 grammer. And let's pull the one that was over on 2 out as well. Non-marker. Did it again. Too late. Small bleak. This looks like a pretty good fish. 68 gram bleak, 600 experience points. And a lot of that is because low or high risk going for the smaller fish, or high risk going for fish with smaller equipment, really. The other thing I like about the ultralight is it has a fast action, which means as soon as you start moving it, it interacts with the fish, whereas the walrus stick has a slow action. So I think that's why I miss a lot of the fishes I do. We'll see as time goes on. Speaking of time, it's about 6 o'clock. We still have time before rough. Dang it. Smaller bleak. So for rough time, I will probably do the 2 bottom rods and the new rod. Just because I have to. If I'm buying a rod, I gotta fish with it today. Probably too late for whatever fish that was while I was setting up the bottom rods. But it's time to bring it back anyway. Nice bleak there. I got a sneeze that just doesn't want to come out. So apologies if I don't get to the mute button when this thing finally decides to sneeze. Or when this sneeze finally decides to happen, but I've been fighting it for the past couple minutes. Telling it to go ahead and sneeze. That. All right. That was my fault. All right, let's get this set up and cast out. So I did do a little bit of a test on the new rod. I never actually cast it, but I can put a Nightcrawler on without it going full red over test. It's close. It's very close, but it's just shy of the 6 gram. It actually shows up as yellow warning. So if you look at the bottom corner of the screen when I'm holding the rod, let me pick up my bolo rod. If you see kind of the grayed out icons, there, that kind of makes it as good as I can. If you see the grayed out icons, got a fish on, I missed it. This one's actually easier. You see the 3 icons basically by my right hand in game. The one that looks like a dumbbell and has kg on it is your test. And the new rod has a 1 to 6 gram test, where I think these are 3 to 20. So, well, the walrus stick can definitely take bigger baits, which is expected. That's part of why I went with this. Sorry, I was trying to concentrate on 2 lines getting bit at the same time and failing. That's part of why I went with the trophy telestick, is it can support a 6 gram test max. Oh, dog kicking me. Nice bleak. Oh, fish that was on this got away. It wasn't an amazing one anyway, so I'm okay with that. All right. I had about a millimeter of line out, evidently. Let's put sinker on it. What is this missing? Oh, I don't have a reel on there. Must have a reel over on my other bolo rod. Couple small bleak up to 51.1%. No. Where is my other Surdy? In my inventory. Oh, I feel like an idiot now. I was looking for the reel, thinking I'd left it on another rod, but nope, I had just taken it off and it was sitting in my inventory. I don't usually do that, so that's my defense there. It's a little bit early for your going for rough, but if they're gonna bite, well, I want to switch over to it. That's why I'm only putting out this one rod right now. I don't think this is a rough, but we'll see. It's a rough. No, it's a perch. Saw the green, saw the side fins, and thought it was rough. Nice, Bleak. 790 experience points. I need to switch the quiver tip on that bottom rod. There's the rough. It was a small one, but let's go ahead and take the hook off. I like to do that way I have the hooks available for me on the other rods. I'll share hooks between rods. I hate sharing line. In reels. Taking a reel off, moving it to another one, just it bugs me. I don't know why. Just don't like doing it. That's how I lose reels. Sitting in my inventory. Alright. Let's go ahead and put it. I'll do 22 on this one. Red worm. And it is Thursday evening, so a lot of the weekly trophies are already set for the week. Not saying we won't get any, but that was a small roach. You just won't see a lot of them in chat. There's a decent rough. Not quite a marker, though. Bream. Not what I wanted. Luckily, it was a small one. Nice rough. Overall, I think I spent, it was about 585 silver for the rod and another 100 or so for the fluorocarbon line. So we'll say I spent about 700 silver. So today is not going to be a net positive day, doubtfully at least. I want to switch the quiver tip on this rod. It was weird. It started swimming away. I picked it up. It didn't say there was a fish on. Put it back down, and there was a fish on. Nice 70-gram rough. $75 rough. Replace some of the bait, hopefully. And that reminds me what I want to do on my main character here in a little bit. There's something I like watching Thursday nights at 9 o'clock my time. It's actually a little bit earlier than I thought it was. It's almost 8 o'clock. But over on my main account, I kind of want to ground bait up. I've never been a big ground bait user, but when you get to amber and things like that, it kind of makes sense, I think. Plus, you need high ground bait skills to use PVA, but I'm not able to use PVA on that account. PVA is a different type of ground bait that you put on high level carp rods. Basically, ground up boilies and ground up bait that you're using. And to use it, you need 100% skill in both ground bait to make it, and then 100% in I don't know, float fishing 100%. No, you have to have 100% in bottom rod. So. And on that character, I'm 92 point something percent spin fishing. Did a lot of trolling the quarry. And then 72.5%. No, 74.3. Kept having it backwards. 74.3% on bottom fishing. So I still have a ways to go before I can even use it, but there's other options that may help me out. Nice 71-gram rough there. That's just a fun account for me nowadays, where if I'm on a call for that 4-letter W word, I can do a little bit of bottom fishing AFK. So I think there's a bite on 2, but looks like there may be a nibble on 1. There was a nibble on 1. Glad I waited. Looks like a roach, maybe? Probably. Yep. Not even a good roach. Excuse me. My nose has been all stopped up all day. And that sneeze that still hasn't come out, it's not helping this situation. My voice is not wanting to stay with me all day. I blame the changing weather. going from 50s to 40s to 30s to, it was a rainy day here, just gloomy all day and rainy tonight. Literally, as I walked in the door, the rain started falling from the walking of the dog this evening. Was perfect timing. It's kind of misty the whole 3/4 mile wander. And as I was shutting the front door, the rain started falling. Sounds like it's stopped now. We're 36 minutes in. I've got 31 fish here. If I remember correctly, I had 6 more over at Winding, so that's 37 fish. Not bad. It's pretty much a fish a minute like I like. And I knew float fishing for rough here would be difficult. I don't expect a lot on the new rod here, but I wanted to come here and have some fun, and I want to make sure I use the new rod as much as I can. It'll do a lot better if I was float fishing at Mosquito or Old Berg for rough. Just the current makes this stuff a little difficult. I go a little deeper with it and just see. Try 1.5 meters. I'm also not quite able to get it out far enough, I don't think. This 6 meter rod, so I'm swinging out at least 7-8 meters into the water. I'm casting 10 meters there. So right now it is dragging the floor. You can see it bouncing as the bait drags along the ground. Downside to that is it makes it harder to see when a fish actually bites it, because the fish can't pull it down because it's already sitting on the ground. Right now, I can't tell if that's a fish or if it's just sliding at a weird angle along the bottom in the current. Small gibble. It looks like 1.5 meters is almost right. I bet if I go down to like 1.45 or 1.4, we'll be okay. It's just interesting that the bottom rods died. perch. Another perch. Very good. I did put the sinker on that instead of a cage. Nice rough. I thought there was something on. Oh, I just turned my head to look over at the dog and got a crick in my neck. One of those I turned my head just the perfect way and it hurt. Small gibble. I just realized we're only 13,000 experience points away from a level. Nice rough. This was my spin fishing character. I'd say we'd for sure hit level 19 tomorrow, but with this character, I don't know. I think the new rod will help. I think that's a perch. Yep. Wasn't even a good one. That's why we didn't spend much time looking at it. Do a quick diggy dig. I'm using a lot of red worms. That's why I'm digging as much as I can. All three of these rods have red worms on it. That was a better perch than I thought it was. That was a 500-gram perch. Ooh. This one bought 710-gram chub, 176 XP. was a 700 gram. It's not a lot of XP for that fish. I expected more. Interesting that I should turn my friction brake up. That looks like a bream. That one was just big gibble. Well, big in quotes. Another bleak. Another biggish gibble. That qualified as a biggish. Nah, too late. That didn't switch. Bloodworm. Thank you. Getting a little bit late in the morning and the rough is slowed down enough that I want to try for some more bleak, especially on the new rod. That's why I put bloodworms on it and shortened it up. It wasn't as deep. It's a little bit early for bleak. Nice bleak. 878 XP for that fish. That's the power of ultralight rods. Still fun to see. I need 150 XP, 150,000 XP here for a level. And on my main character, I need 3 million. But I get 4,000 XP per fish right now. And I'm not even really getting big fish over there. Did get a nice ghost mirror Carp. My first ghost fish. Kind of a rarer fish. It's worth about 50 silver for an 8 kilo one. It was one of those what the hell are you moments when I pulled it out of the water. Another nice fish, 500 XP. And if we keep that up, we will level up next episode. 379 on that one. I don't think there's anything on 2 yet. Now there is. One of the good old, is there something on? Might be too late here. Yep. And I just picked up the wrong rod there. Oh, I'm low on bloodworms. Let's just go worm. 2 late. Nice rough. Come on, fishy fish. Give me a trophy on the new rod. That would be awesome. Nice bleak, 200 XP. What was that? I'm gonna guess maybe a mussel or a big perch. Honestly, I had no idea. I just saw the rod take off. Small bream. I am going to be wrapping things up. That's why I did not recast that. Small bleak for 100 XP. We are basically at the usual wrap up time. Maybe a little early, but it is what it is there. Overall, I think it was a pretty good day. I'm enjoying the new rod. I really am. I'm happy with the decision I made there, at least so far. So we're 19,000. Am I doing math right in my head? Yeah, 19,000-ish experience points away from level 19. So still a ways to go there, but didn't get big chub. Didn't get 4 big white bream. I knew we caught a couple of them. I don't think we got a big crucian. So nothing for that. I'm going to say 80 silver here. Pretty much right on. Mainly the rough. Some of the bigger bleak were decent as well. But just keep in mind, we got 27 rough, or 27 markers that are worth 81 silver total. We got 29 non-markers that are worth 1 silver. So that just shows the power of the marker. And trophies are basically double that. So overall, not a bad day. Back up to 185, 184 and a half silver. So appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you all have a good one, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.